fluorescent lights of the accounting firm didn't hum as loudly as Arthur's anxiety. Arthur was the kind of man who apologized to inanimate objects when he bumped into them. He wore perfectly pressed white shirts with a neatly knotted silk tie. His life was a series of spreadsheets until a Tuesday evening in November, when the elevator at his apartment complex broke down. Arthur was trudging up the stairs with a bag of groceries. His tie loosened just a fraction at the collar when he nearly collided with her on the fourth-floor landing. This was Elena Moretti. Her father ran the city's docks, its private clubs, and several people who were currently resting at the bottom of the river. "Watch it, softie," she murmured. I'm so sorry," Arthur stammered, clutching his bag of kale. "I didn't mean to. Space is shared, obviously. My apologies." Elena paused. Usually, men either catcalled her or turned pale and ran. This man, in his stark white office shirt and structured tie, looked like he wanted to buy her a chamomile tea and read her poetry. She found it infuriatingly charming. 2 weeks later, Elena knocked on his door. She wasn't wearing leather this time. She was wearing a dress that cost more than Arthur's car and a look of sheer boredom. "My father's bodyguards are suffocating me," she said, pushing past him into his modest, tidy studio. "Hide me for an hour." Arthur, who had just finished his workday and was still in his white shirt and tie, blinked. "I have Earl Grey?" For the next hour, the most feared woman in the criminal underworld sat on a beige sofa, while a man who didn't know how to raise his voice explained the beauty of compound interest. "You're ridiculous," she laughed, leaning in closer. The scent of her perfume, sandalwood and something expensive, filled his lungs. "I'm consistent," Arthur corrected softly. "There's comfort in patterns." Elena reached out, her manicured fingers tracing the line of his jaw and then hooking around the knot of his tie. "I'm a chaotic variable, Arthur. Do I fit in your pattern?" The air in the room shifted. Arthur's heart, usually a steady 70 BPM, was suddenly a frantic drum. "You're a deviation," he whispered, his face inches from hers. "A very beautiful deviation." Elena didn't wait. She tugged on his tie, pulling him into a kiss that tasted like rebellion. Arthur's groceries certainly didn't prepare him for this. His hands, usually reserved for typing and page-turning, found the curve of her waist, pulling her flush against him. She backed him up against the kitchen counter, the cool granite, a sharp contrast to the fire spreading through his chest. Elena's hands slid under the hem of his white shirt, her touch searing his skin. "Soft-spoken," she breathed against his neck, her teeth grazing his skin. "But you have a very firm grip." Arthur found a confidence he didn't know he possessed. He lifted her onto the counter, his hands roaming the silk of her dress, feeling the heat of her skin as his tie hung loose and forgotten. The world of spreadsheets and 9-to-5s vanished. There was only the sound of their ragged breathing and the friction of skin on skin. For a moment, the accountant was the most dangerous man in the room, and the mafia princess was exactly where she wanted to be. An hour later, Elena stood at the door, straightening her dress. She looked lethal again, but her eyes held a soft glint. "My father's men are downstairs," she said. "If they knew I was here, they'd burn this building down." Arthur readjusted his glasses and straightened his rumpled white collar, a slow, uncharacteristic smirk forming on his lips. "I'll make sure to update the building's fire insurance policy tomorrow morning." Elena laughed, kissed him one last time, hard enough to leave a bruise, and disappeared into the hallway. Arthur went back to his desk. He opened a spreadsheet, but for the first time in his life, the numbers didn't add up. He didn't mind at all.